Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to our Time to Thrive podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Krista, and on this podcast, we talk about all things holistic health, lots of tips and tricks for you. So this week, we have a special guest here to talk about skincare because I know everyone is interested in skincare, how to prevent aging, work on wrinkles, how to do things in a natural way. So we have a licensed esthetician here today, Elena Almyashova, and she is an expert. So we're going to ask her lots of questions, and hopefully you learn some good tips today. So welcome, Elena. Krista.
Happy to have us. Thank you so much for having me. I'm happy to be here.
I'm excited. So why don't we start with your story? What got you into skincare? What made you interested?
I have a pretty, weird story because my mom is a doctor, but she was a doctor in Russia. And when she decided to come and live here in the States, she didn't really want to pursue anything medical because it takes too long and you cannot, it's just too complicated, but she loves the field. So she decided that the beauty is going to be the field and it's close enough to her career. So while she was interested in it, I figured, hey, you know what? Real estate isn't fun. Plus, I guess I'm a girl and I really wanted to be closer to the girly things. Why? Because of being, kid. With the healthy skin, with the radiant look. And that's one thing. And another thing, I figured, it's not a bad idea to help people around me to feel the way I do. Not on the inside, but on the outside. So that's how I got it.
So you have done some of these things for yourself, it sounds like. You've transitioned. And so what have you noticed with your health, your well-being, your skin when you made those transitions?
My breakouts that even though I am not the teenager, right? But whenever I got into really stressful situations, I did have them. And maybe it wasn't exactly as much on my face, but on my body, which also is the skin, as we all know.
Mm-hmm.
I could have them on my back, on my chest, and it was really bothering me. Well, even, Florida and having all those unpleasantries wasn't precisely, good thing, or that didn't make me feel confident, good about myself, and I didn't really want to go anywhere because, and then once I figured that it's not that difficult to eat better, number one, and to watch what is it that I'm buying in the store, and that it's not about the quantity, but the quality. You don't have to buy a lot, but you have to choose what is it you buy. And that was one kind of step that I saw immediate results from because my nutrition improved, my energy levels improved, my sleep is very important, and that one also improved after the nutrition. And then I guess reading yoga's book helped being away, to say the least. And that's how I got to the holistic method. Because I have different approaches. Of course, I have different treatment protocols. Sometimes you cannot really avoid certain protocols in order to get the results. But to keep the results where they are, that is, in my opinion, the best way, the best route.
Okay. So if a client comes into you and you kind of assess their skin, first of all, how do you assess it? And then what kind of recommendations would you make lifestyle-wise, dietary, or maybe about water or sleep, things like that?
Whenever I see the person for the first time, to me, it's very important, number one, to feel the human being because we are all energy, okay? And it's important for me to feel the person that is in front of me because if you feel that there is some stress or something like something bothersome, okay? It immediately gives you opportunity to ask the right questions like, How are you doing? Are you okay? Do you sleep well? Is there anything in your life that is preventing you from, let's say, sleeping well? Do you drink enough water? So this is like important questions to ask, number one. And number two, I believe my profession, you have to be all about care, which is true care. You have to mean well. You have to send good, positive, and healing vibration for the person to open up and to open up to the very idea of the true beauty. Because people think, hey, let me inject myself with Botox and fillers and I'm going to be amazing. Well, I'm 36. I don't really have Botox or fillers. And I'm pretty happy with my face being all movie and my forehead wrinkly and having expressions. So it's actually a good thing. It's not a bad thing, you know? Don't need to be static. That's one thing. And then, of course, I have questionnaire. Of course, I have the things that I must know about their health condition and about maybe certain diseases that they are battling, some autoimmune, for example, conditions. It's very important. And based on that, I gave, let's put it this way, my opinion. And also, it's important to listen to what is it that the human wants. Because if a person wants to have some, I don't know, chemical pill, and I am sitting here talking about, hey, let's do a mask. You know, we have to have a discussion. Plus a lot of educational, I guess, because you have to explain to people the certain benefits, the certain dangers, and the certain things that may not be precisely used properly by different practitioners.
Okay.
So it's a lot of things that are combined into a conversation that helps me shape my plans with the human being, with the individual, not gender, let's say, oriented. Just, anything.
So are there any of those topics that you feel like listeners should know about, like the pros and cons of things, or educating them on how to use certain products, or anything that you feel like people should know right off the bat?
To me, it was like a big surprise that here, it's not that popular to use whatever you have in the fridge and integrate it in your beauty. Somehow, I faced, unless it costs X amount of dollars and has a, I don't know, X name next to it, it's not good. Like milk and honey cannot be counted as a wonderful treatment on its own because, well, it hasn't really been sold to you for, let's say, $200.
Yeah.
And I think that what we are lacking today is we lack our alignment with our history and our roots. We all have our grandmas, our great-grandmas. We all have beautiful history in our families. And our grandmas, actually, and great-grandmas, they looked amazing. And they are full of energy. And you know what? I get tired. And my great-grandma, she is like, why are you sitting? I'm like, I'm tired. She's like, how can you be tired? And there is probably a reason for that. Maybe because they did things without as many chemicals as we.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that it's wonderful if we can at least look into what is it that they did and we are not doing today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think in the US especially, there's not a lot of historical, recipes, either healthy food for internally eating or to put on your skin, right? It was kind of the 1950s, and before that it was like canned food or wartime food. And so a lot of our diets changed, and I think we lost touch with some of the ancient practices that other countries like Russia, I think there's a little more connection there, right? Okay, so air quality and dryness, it sounds like, affects people's skin. And stress as well. What kind of things do you see in skin when that's going on?
One of the biggest contributor of aging, premature aging, is being way too dry. And people need to understand that water is your friend, and drinking water is good for you. And we are, I believe, 70% water. Our brain, I think, is 90% water. So if we want to think clearly and be beautiful, it's a good idea to hydrate.
Yeah.
And that means water. Doesn't mean juice, doesn't mean a
Soda.
it's tight to avoid this word. Water means water, and that's a wonderful thing to have.
Mm-hmm.
And another little reference to Dr. Ludmila, she is beautifully explaining, even in the water, what a difference it makes in not only your look, but your overall condition when you manage to get a light water into your diet. Like it's critical and crucial point, because hey, we all buy water. I mean, it's clean source of water. You buy it. You cannot just go to the pond and say, hey, you know what? Now I'm gonna drink this water. No, we don't do that. Unfortunately, the environment doesn't allow for that anymore. However, it's important to make sure your water is light. And the way how it's easier to achieve that is, if you take a bottle, take a glass, and you pour your water into the glass while being grateful just inside of you that this water will hydrate you and it will make you better, make you feel better. It's literally crazy that it works, because I tried it with myself and I thought that something is, maybe I'm like woo a little bit. So I did the same when my son is 12, and he's like, Mom, that water tastes different. What did you do? Did you put some sugar in it? I'm like, wow, I didn't. Then my little 4-year-old also, she calls it miracle water now. And it's really funny because we're charging the water and the kids are saying their prayers. But the prayers or feeling good messages doesn't have to be anything special. And the last point of confirmation was my husband, who is the guy that will make all kinds of sorts of jokes about me doing things not the traditional way.
To say it nicely. Yeah.
And when he was like, Elena, what did you do with the water? I'm like, I did an effort of putting it into the glass while wishing you health and happiness. And then, okay. So it's very easy to change yourself if only you do tiny little bit of steps, just a little bit. It's not a big deal. Yeah. And skincare, it's wonderful to be able to find time yourself for your own self. We all know that it's not enough 24 hours in a day. We need 25th in order to be able to wash our face, put the mask or, put the cream on. And we have so many important things. We have coffee, we have laundry, we have phone, we have Instagram, and we have important things that we are not really know or don't precisely have any influence on, but that's how we spend our time. And that's what keeps us from understanding how important it is to be you and to have a moment of you.
Yeah.
Do matter and important for beautiful. You deserve your time. You must find your time for you. And even it doesn't have to be hours long. No, you have to 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes to literally have a little bit of my time. Breathing time. Breathe in, breathe out. Yes, you wash your face. So yes, of course, you have to do it properly because number one, your skin needs to be able to breathe. You have pores and they can clog, and they wouldn't be so happy if they have an opportunity to breathe again, So yes, you have to wash your face for sure. Yes, in my opinion, you have to put toner on your face just to make sure your pH is balanced.
Okay.
And then it's magical if you are a person who can devote, 3-5 minutes to a mask, at least maybe once every few days, but even once a week makes a difference. And definitely a moisturizer that fits your skin type. You have to be able to help your skin create a barrier of protection against all things that are around you 24/7. You have to help yourself to stay beautiful and wonderful. Don't make it harder on your skin. Help her. And definitely, if it's daytime and since we, unfortunately for us, under the sun that is most active, it's wonderful to put sunscreen. Doesn't matter where you are, even if it's not sunny outside, if it is the period of activity, just, don't need to double check with the weather app. Just put some sunscreen and go. That's it. It's okay. And of course, definitely wash your face in the evening after you have all those, walks, interactions, conversations. It's not only helpful for your skin, it's helpful for your overall energetic well-being. Not everybody is openly wonderful. Some people are not precisely honest. Let's put it this way. Or maybe you have stress, maybe you were working and maybe just, in everyday life, some word or you heard or overheard, some kind of information got to you that wasn't precisely up to you 100% well. Just wash your face with water and let that water take off whatever was there. Just give yourself a chance to breathe.
That's an amazing tip. I mean, you just said a lot of things that I want to dive deeper into. First of all, the water piece, right? There actually are studies now about the gratitude in the water or intention or love, that it actually changes the crystals within the water. So it is scientifically doing something.
Yes.
So that's amazing. And that your kids, your husband could notice a difference. That's huge. Imagine how that also affects your skin, because I know you're very particular about the water you use to wash your face too. You can't just use tap water, right? Because there's stuff in there.
Well, let's put it this way: how we don't know the financial situation of our audience, and in all honesty, yes, it is preferable to dedicate good water, which is purified, at least purified water for, let's say, for your face and for your neck and for the decollete area. However, it's wonderful if you just put the water in a reservoir and just let it stay for the day. You're out anyway. It's not that difficult to just put it in a pot and let it stay. And you can just use that water to wash off your face. And it doesn't cost arm and a leg. It does cost you effort. It does cost time, but other than that, and it's wonderful if this is the water that is somewhere not far from sunlight, because it will absorb the sun and the healing power of the sun. And if you can put it next to certain colors, if somebody wants to dive in deeper into the colors and their effects on our lives, we can charge water with whatever we want if we want, or just put it in and use it in the evening. You don't have to be particular about it. Still better than just having the tap water that is full of, I don't even want to know what in it.
Do you suggest people boil it or anything, or just tap water, put intention in there, let it sit in the sun?
A lot of people that I know and a lot of people I work with, I am absolutely sure that whatever I say is gonna get pretty much lost in day-to-day business. We are under stress all the time. We are always in a hurry. We always have to go somewhere, be somewhere, and do something. It's amazing if people have this moment to just put that water and let it be there. That's already a wonderful thing. Of course, definitely, if they can boil it and leave it, that is amazing. But lately, I'm not asking for too many steps or complicated. I'm trying to make it as easy as it gets so that it can be actually implemented into the life, because that's what makes a difference.
Totally. Well, I'm sure our audience appreciates that, because everyone is super busy. When you say wash your face, do you mean just with water? Do you use some kind of cleanser? And same with the mask. What kind of mask are we talking about? A food mask like avocado, or some other clay mask?
I got ready and prepared a tiny little bit of gift for your listeners, and I got myself into a freedom of choice. which is extremely probably simple, yet utterly important and very useful to everyone. Yes, it's wonderful if you can have a cleanser, which is wonderful for your skin and your skin type. And I know that a lot of people, they just use soap and water and they're happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
And without the actual knowledge, they over try themselves, and they do not the total benefit towards the long time run. Premature aging most of the time happens due to over trial. Whenever we, I don't know, just wash our face with soap and water and then just go to bed, or don't even do that, whatever is the fat that prevents the water being absorbed by the skin, it's pretty much also not good. If anything, it's worse.
Mm-hmm.
But simple cleansers like, for example, rose water and honey cleanser, which is so easy to make, and that's going to be amazing for you and for everybody in the house. Well, of course, if you don't have allergies to the honey, definitely, yes, you have to face that's a big fat. But you can replace honey with whatever it is that you like, and it can be wonderfully useful. I mean, put oat milk if you want. And milk, why not? Just something that you have in your fridge, and something that is, if it's good for your consumption internally, it may quite be beneficial for you externally as well, especially if it's anything about the fruits or some certain type of vegetables. I'm not saying jalapeno peppers.
Spicy.
It's just good for your lips if you don't want to have a,
Okay.
lip color and you don't want to have any lipstick. That works wonderful. Maybe a little bit spicy for the first few moments.
And after that, you don't need lip filler. That is going to look delicious. Yeah.
But jokes aside, yes, it's wonderful when you can implement things that you have in the fridge,
Okay.
in the pantry, into your skincare routine.
Okay.
You don't have to spend millions or hundreds of dollars in the store. If anything, if you spend less, it's better. And it's more useful for you and for those around you.
True.
So,
how about for the masks? Anything you recommend there?
I am absolutely in love anything and everything rose water, honey, and lemon. I love lemons.
Okay.
And one of the things I love about lemons is I use sunscreen and I use whatever I want to use, and still the sun gets me, and it gets everybody. The wonderfully easy and natural way to keep your sunspots and sun damage at check is rose water, lemon, just a little bit of that, and you just do a little toner on your face, and you with the benefits of having a clearer skin. And it works amazing with any type of skin. It doesn't have to be white, red, green. Any type of skin is wonderfully amazing with that treatment. Literally all natural treatments have no side effects on different skin types. Doesn't matter what color you are. If it's natural, it's good for you. And that doesn't have any exclusions from the rule. That's why I'm saying that going to the holistic approach is going to make you whole again.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like you can use rose water for a cleanser, also a mask,
Also,
for age spots. So multi-use.
yeah, it's multi-use and it's very easy to make. Seriously, if you are to make it, you can buy it, but it's very easy to make as well. We will leave the recipes. They're very easy.
Yeah. Elena was nice enough to create recipes for everyone, so we'll attach those to the podcast.
Kind of a fully loud name of the Beauty Secrets of Nefertiti, which lived far, far away.
Yeah.
In Egypt.
Yeah, many centuries ago.
And she is known as one of the most beautiful queens, like Cleopatra. She incorporated recipes, and that may be really well, and good and beneficial. And yes, they used rose water because it's, beneficial and it's wonderful and it's probably easy. I'm sure they were also busy people back then. And it's definitely proven record of of efficacy, because otherwise it wouldn't stay
Into thousands of years. Yeah.
So honey is another thing, milk is another thing, egg yolk is another thing.
Okay.
And then for the cream, they did use different oils, but we don't know who is we're talking to, and we don't want to give advice that can potentially clog and get unwanted side effects like acne or anything like that.
Okay.
What I did notice in my personal work experience is that the African oil, it is shea butter.
Yeah.
I did not notice any breakouts or any acne with anyone who uses that.
Okay.
I mean, definitely you don't have to put a thick layer, modulation. Modulation is a friend. But that is a wonderful thing to implement in your mask.
Okay.
I'm not saying go to bed with it,
Uh-huh.
but I am saying allow yourself 10, 15 minutes with, mix it with whatever you want, strawberries, if you like, and just put it on your face and let it take a benefit and wash it off and just follow up with your moisturizer and go to bed. Thank you later.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. That's self-care right there.
Yes.
A strawberry mask with shea butter.
Yeah.
Sounds lovely.
And then it doesn't have to be strawberry. It can be something else that you would prefer because, I don't know, it can be maybe... When I was little, in Russia, we have a culture of sauna, or a lot of baya.
Yeah.
I don't think you can be truly Slavic if you don't have a baya experience or sauna experience. You call it sauna. It's no different from baya in a sense. And me and my mom and my grandma, we had to have our baya time at least once a week. And after baya, we would put whatever on our faces. Like we would put cucumbers on our eyes as the wonderful eye mask, right? And then we would put strawberries or raspberries or whatever was in the garden ripe enough to put on our faces. So we were like, we were like little monkeys with all those colors on our faces, feeling so happy. And coming out, I remember I was definitely radiantly beautiful. So was my mom and my grandma. And yes, steam opens up your pores, unclogs, and gets all the impurities and free radicals out and opens up space for the nutrients and for the goodness to come in and do the magic. So if, for example, somebody has rhythm of having a little maybe steam procedure it doesn't have to be long. If long, it can be actually damaging. Even 2 minutes is way more than enough to just get the process started. So if you can safely, in a very safe manner, get your face a little bit of steam, or breathe maybe steam for like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And after that, you can wash your face and put the mask on. That's going to be wonderful. And it's not a must. It's just a preference if you have additional 2 minutes to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something you can definitely do from home. And sometimes we recommend that for steam inhalations if you're having respiratory problems, things like that too. So it also doubles as helping your skin, which is great.
As well as the salt. And one of my personal favorites is the honey and milk in my bathtub.
Okay.
So we are always so concerned about our faces and the wrinkles on our face and face. And we keep forgetting that we actually have the largest organ of our body, which is our skin, and it's not on the face. And all of that beautiful organ wants to feel love. So why not to allow yourself 10, 15 minutes in a bath with a honey and milk, and you just enjoy it, and your body is going to enjoy it. It improves your well-being. It improves your stress level. Gets it so much under check. And not to mention, you don't really need a moisturizer after you get out of bath like that because it's moisturized and it's wonderfully soft again. Like baby skin. Yeah, beautiful. Sound relaxing.
It does. I'm already, just being around you, I feel more relaxed. I'm like, wow, these are a lot of things I got to start doing.
Advertisement of something that hasn't really need advertising. I guess that's where we came for. But yeah, that's something good that is for the whole body, not just your face.
I love it. Okay. Going back to sunscreen for a moment, I know you really love to have sunscreen on every day.
Yeah.
Is there anything in sunscreen that people should be wary of, not use, or there are
Absolutely, yes. Um, I'm pretty sure it's not a secret that our industries are so wonderfully absorbed by selling us whatever we need and whatever we don't need. As long as we buy it, they're happy. But if we are to stop for a moment and have a tiny little thought of what am I doing? Because if it has a lot of ingredients, if it has way too many things, how do we know what effect it will get on our internal chemical system? We don't really know how it's going to bound and what's going to happen and release. So the simpler, the better. That's my personal thing. If it's simple, it's probably good. And if it's complicated, then I have to look into it. And that to me, it's not good. I'm, I guess, an easy person.
No, I mean, it's important. It's important to really know that less ingredient is generally better, whether it be your food you're eating or things you're putting topically. Like you're kind of saying today, anything you put on your skin, you should be able to eat pretty much, right?
Yeah.
If it's that clean and simple, then it should nourish our whole body.
Yeah, precisely. And the sunscreens that me personally, I use are all physical, which means have zinc. Because I do believe that you need some physical protection during the peak hours, which is starting at 10 a.m. So we are out in peak hours, no matter if we say so or not. So from 10 to 4, yeah, you have to have physical protection, physical barrier from the damaging UV rays to your overall skin and well-being. Mineral, I read a study that wasn't precisely glamorous about the long-term effects, including possible cancer that were linked to the mineral. Yeah, it looks wonderful and your skin is going to look matte or yes. However, lots of physical sunscreens don't leave white traces anymore. Then you can find yourself something that will protect you, but not make you look like a Japanese geishas. Or beautiful.
Unless you want to look like that.
Or beautiful, but you don't really need to be like that, radiantly white.
No. Yes.
But right now, the sunscreens, they don't really leave that big white trace. So I know some people which I do not recommend, and I repeat, I don't recommend, that just put oil and zinc on their skin. Like, let's not go into extreme simplicity here. So like I say, you have to be able to have a, how you call it, common sense. Yeah, not that common anymore, but common sense in everything is your best friend. So just, use it.
Yeah.
Use it in everything you do.
Yeah. So for those listeners who don't know, essentially with sunscreens, a lot of the ones you can get on the market are chemicals. So when you put them on your skin, they create a chemical reaction that helps the sun prevent the sun from getting into your skin. But the zinc oxide, like Elena is talking about, that's a physical barrier, meaning it puts a element of cream, right, that becomes a barrier that the sun cannot pass through. So it's not a chemical reaction, it's just a physical barrier. So that's the difference.
Yes, however, a certain amount of it does get into your system and into your bloodstream. And the studies show that in women, it helps prevent ovarian cancer.
Interesting.
Yeah, not
getting a little more zinc in.
Yes, and so it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing, and it's I don't know about men. Please forgive me, but the studies that I read were about women. And as opposed to the mineral ones that actually contributed. Good. And so, yeah, definitely if it's a sunscreen, in my opinion, everybody should at least try to keep it as physical as it gets. I mean, definitely if you can wear something that has UV protection, like a clothing, for example, that's wonderful. Important to mention, though, that you do need sun. Like your skin, you don't need to close yourself completely. You absolutely benefit from the sun. We need it. We were born under the sun, and so we absolutely have to have this to synthesize certain chemicals that are useful to us.
Yeah, vitamin D.
However, we need to be very aware of the safest possible way to get this benefit, which is a little early bird. So as early as you can get out, and it doesn't have to be an hour. One plastic surgeon that I don't remember his name, but he said even 15 minutes a week are sufficient enough to get all the wonders and good benefits without any damage. So it doesn't have to be hours under the sun. You don't really have to just burn yourself. 15 minutes. Just 15 minutes a week. That's it.
Everyone listen up. 15 minutes to get your vitamin D, help your skin, but not have early aging signs.
Precisely. And it has to be also preferably in the morning. So just don't go at 12 p.m. and say, hey, sun, come to me. Try not to do that. That's, it's 12. So,
Exactly.
It's too active.
Okay. Any particular foods that you recommend for skin health? Things people should focus on, get more of, or not eat? Just the water piece?
Yes. Water. Yeah. Wonderful food. It is actually a wonderful food. We need more water. And in my opinion, if we can cut our food intake, we will probably benefit from it more than suffer. I think that important parts of our life should be detox.
Yeah.
Your skin, all those little blackheads that are bothering so many people, all those little blemishes and breakouts can be easily avoided if you add more water and just take away as much of food, let's say snacks, as you can. In the end of the day, you don't really need that much food. 2,000 calories is very general, and it's not as much as we eat. Literally, we don't need that much sometimes. Not sometimes. If you're sitting in the office all day, you don't really need that much, honestly. You will be fine with, 15, for example, 1,500. It's going to be okay. You will get by, and your body will clean itself, and you will be healthier. So in skincare, it's very important to dedicate yourself to detoxify every once in a while. I'm not saying be a health nut. I am saying be a health nut, but you don't have to. But you don't have to. Even if you can be considerate to yourself enough to allow your own body to take care of itself, you may save on the medical bills. And especially if you can have a certain, certain elements that are proven cleansers and detoxifiers, I think that it's not a bad idea to add those to periodical consumption, like psyllium. Psyllium. I think it's
psyllium husk.
Yes.
I know it's very pronounced oddly.
Well, English is my stupid language.
Yes, psyllium husk. That's kind of a fiber, a bulking agent. Okay, so that's a good one.
That's a good one. I use it because my mom made me, and I see the benefits. So, hey, to mom. Another thing is, COVID put all of us under a humongous stress that many of us are dealing with today. And no matter what they say, it did leave an impact. And one of the things that helps a little to kind of not remediate completely, but diminish this whole thing from us. It's called Shilajit.
Shilajit, yep, Ayurvedic.
Yeah. And one more is zeolite.
Okay.
I'm not saying go crazy and replace all of your supplements with detox, all right? Remember that everything is good in moderation and common sense is priority. However, I do believe that maybe once a month, it's a good idea to just clean yourself and just allow your body to breathe freer, let's put it this way. And it's going to help your immune system. Your immune system will kick in your inner radiance, and this is you. Amazingly beautiful in a natural way.
Yeah.
You don't need, like I said, chemicals injected in you if you can just be a bit more loving to yourself. Self-love is not evil, and it's not bad. And yeah, it's a must. We must love ourselves in order to love anyone. Because if you don't love yourself, it's sad. Love it. I saw the dissolve.
Yeah.
Fine time.
Yeah. Holistic skincare, everyone, you're hearing it's not just about putting natural products on, right? It's about loving yourself, self-care, really paying attention to your water, your breath, all of these things. That's what makes it holistic. It's not just a quick swap from one product to another.
Yeah, absolutely. It is actually a swap from not loving and not caring for yourself to consciously loving yourself, allowing that love of yourself to heal yourself and to shine through yourself. And it's amazing what it does to your surroundings because it just spreads around you. And you notice how people are different, better, lighter, and it's wonderful. We need it. Holistic makes you, I believe I was looking into the etymology of the word, and long story short, it's holistic because it's holy, which is not only holy, but also whole.
Yeah.
We are all in bits and pieces. We like it or we don't. It's a good thing to become whole again. We embrace ourselves. Hey, I'm a woman. I have 1 million personalities. Some of them I haven't met yet, but I love all of them. So yes, it's a good idea to just go and love it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's super important. And I think everything you're saying, everything you're doing helps those around you, like you said, and that creates a domino effect, right? The more you start loving yourself, those around you do, and that creates a whole more peaceful environment around.
Absolutely. So, I mean, we only have 1 hour, but I can talk for, hey, well,
Okay, I have another question for you, though, because I know you've mentioned this a couple times, and I think one of the biggest concerns I see with people's skin is acne, right? And I know you've mentioned a couple things that can help, but anything else from the top of your head that you feel like you should mention as something that could aid acne?
water.
Water comes back.
I'm so sorry. I know it's very simple and I know it sounds like oversimplifying. However, one of the biggest contributors to adult acne, not only teen acne, all right, is the utter congestion that we have in us. Even if you eat right, even if you do most of your things right in life, you can still be a victim of acne. Why? We have those free radicals that we are, it's inseparable from us because that's in our life now. We have to deal with it somehow. We have to aid ourselves into cleansing. And if we don't have enough hydration, good hydration, then we don't really have any systems to protect and guard our own selves. So water is the number one thing. Number two thing is detox. Because it is in your gut. I think that I may be again overly simplifying that 99% of our health issues come from our gut health. So if we take care of our nutrition and our digestion, I am 99% sure it will help us with our skincare issues, especially acne. Any acne. If you have hormonal imbalances, dedicate yourself to going and getting that blood work done. take a look what's going on with you.
Mm-hmm.
You can prevent so many things just by loving yourself and giving yourself time to understand your own body. And after that, I'm pretty sure you can do something about it, something that will help actually you. Google will not help.
Dr. Google.
Dr. Google, yeah. Unfortunately, it will not help you, but,
So you mentioned congestion.
Yeah.
Do you recommend things like lymph massage or gua sha on your face or anything to massage?
We're talking fancy things, though.
Fancy things.
It is fancy because, seriously, so many people I see, they have, how do I put it, extremities of, if I'm doing lymphatic, I'm going to squeeze everything out of me.
Uh-huh.
Well, yes, it is utterly important to have a lymphatic massage. The only thing that is a tiny little button there is it cannot be only your face and only your neck. Lymphatic means you do it as a system, as a whole, if you want it to work. Because otherwise you will just put liquid from one part to another and it can stay somewhere you don't really. And definitely if you do something, make sure you know what you're doing. So invest some time into actually studying and learning what and how and properly to do it properly. And especially if it's self massage, you must know your own nervous endings and your every part of your body, because hello kinesiology, right? Hello Dr. Adder. You have to understand how your body works in order to help it get rid of different congestions. And you actually have to understand how your personal body works, because you have to love yourself enough to understand it. You have to teach your kids, you have to teach your friends, you have to teach those around you that they all are important, they all matter. And if they are healthy, then the world is a beautiful place. I have less of actual work and more of actual pleasure just by doing tasks and not remediating issues.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the lymph system is super important and people ignore it. And I think simple things, dry skin brushing or even self-massage, which a lot of people don't do. You don't have to go to a masseuse, right? You can give yourself a massage.
Yeah.
You just have to know how your lymph flows, what direction, and make sure you're doing the strokes in that manner.
And slowly, don't hurry.
Yes,
Take the time, just enjoy it.
yeah.
Then don't push too hard as well. Oh yeah, well, I'm not a doctor though.
It's all true. It's all true. But I think, like you said, a lot of people are just focusing on face, and then it just congests in other places. So yes, that's a great tip. That tip that you have to do your whole, has to be whole body.
It has to be whole. And also, it's a funny kind of movement that, in a jokey way, I start my day with and my kids' day with, where we just lay on the bed like little bugs, and we just shake our hands and our feet and just, we're shaking ourselves. I mean, we're not to the certain places. Yeah. And we begin our day like this. And as funny as it is one of the best exercises for the lymphatic system to actually have a kickstart for the day and work properly, as far as they know. Again, thank you, mommy.
Yeah. And it's actually a practice in Qigong, actually, which is also an ancient practice, but that's shaking, right? It's moving your lymph, your circulation, it's resetting your whole energetic pattern. So that's a great thing to do. A lot of people use it as a meditative practice too, a moving meditation. So if you need to get up and shake things off, now's a great time while you're listening to the master.
Everything is up in there, just feel the inner bugs and just get to it. But yeah, lymph is amazing. Blood is one, and lymph is pretty much another blood in a sense. Both must be taken care of and paid attention to.
Yeah.
Beauty, for example, those congested lymph nodes, they create, oh my God, health and beauty complications everywhere. It doesn't matter, not only on your face. I mean, certain like balls of liquid can appear in certain places just because of the lymph not functioning properly. So I believe that definitely it's a holistic approach. That's why probably I'm here, because you cannot just do one thing and expect it to just take care of all the problems. No.
Yeah.
You want to have a beautiful skin? Wonderful. Yes, you can go to the fancy doctor. Yes, you can take fancy pills. And unfortunately, once you're off those pills, they have to be replaced by some other pills, because otherwise, what's gonna, how it's gonna operate, your body doesn't know. Teach yourself to naturally heal. Take time. Be important enough. Get yourself to be whole. It's worth it. And it's amazing how much longer your kids will be with their parents if only their parents find time. Even if the kids are screaming, my kids, oh yes, hey, sometimes they just try my patience, which is good. They're kids. That's kind of their job, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, and now mama takes a moment to go to my wherever. I hide. Doesn't matter where. All right. I just hide. And I take 10 deep breaths, and I count from 10 to 0, and I come out, and I resolve whatever the issue they have with a cold head without commotions.
Yeah.
And I don't become all red. My capillaries on my face stay intact.
Yes.
And them as well. They stay healthier as well. So, yeah. You want to be beautiful. You have to be whole. At least begin moving towards it.
Yeah. Your body is the only house you have really to live in forever, right? So you have to take care of it.
Yes.
As a last question here before we finish up, anything new and exciting that you're doing or research you found in skincare that you're excited about, or any new products or anything you can speak to?
Yep. There is something that is brand new to American market. It is absolutely not new in Europe and Asia and in, let's say, countries other than the United States of America. It is something that it's something that restores you and your skin from inside and out. Remember I told you, let me try it on myself and
Yes.
it works?
Yeah.
So it works.
Amazing.
So what it is natural and holistic approach, believe it or not. Using natural and holistic ingredients, which are found in nature. And this is the use of a certain sponges that have a certain little micro needles that you cannot see as needles, but it's a procedure that is done to your skin, doesn't matter, face, neck, décolleté, wherever you want it. Whatever you want to pretty much rebuild or regenerate or reinvigorate or nudify, improve, it can be achieved with this procedure. It's called SQT, and this is the only product that has been patented and then cleared all over the world, which I trust, because there are different types of treatments like that, but unless it has been tested and has medical papers, I personally don't use it. But this one, it is wonderful because what it does, it literally rebuilds your dermis back to its beautiful original form. It can clear your acne. It's different treatments, but it's for acne, it's for pigmentation, it's for your aging, it is even for the face sculpting. Like you can sculpt a face of a human being with a human being's own collagen and their own literally resources, and it will be with the human being for the longest because it's somebody who learns what to do and it keeps doing what you taught. So you can eliminate facelift, let's put it this way, or you can eliminate blepharoplasty. You can diminish the involvement of in your beauty by, let's say, having a different approach to self-love, self-care, and beauty. So yeah, that's a wonderful thing, and it's been tested in 75 countries prior to the US market. And since, all of them approved, I guess it came here. So yeah.
That's super exciting. And I think people will be ready to hop on that train when they can find it and it's available. Is it out now? Can people find it?
Of course, yes. Yeah, definitely it's out. It's called Spicules. It is the only brand that I personally trust is SQT, because like I said, it has background, it's been researched back and forth, and it has clearance from everybody, including FDA, which is, well, still, it's a good thing to have backed up, by FDA. Then the brand is SQT, and only the people who use and who tell you what is it that they use, I would go to, because if you don't know what is being done to you, I believe you shouldn't have it done to you.
Yeah.
You'd have to know what people are doing. So everybody can research it. People can literally study it. It's been around for quite a while. And it has no pigmentation, no acne, scarring. It gets
a big one.
It is as effective as medical dermabrasion procedure and a laser, or even more effective than that.
Wow.
Without the actual pain and damage.
Yeah.
So that's also a wonderful thing. Like on a face, for example, like acne scarring.
Yeah.
We can just use that.
Yep. Amazing. Well, awesome, Elena. I'm so glad that you can be with us today and share all these tips. And everyone heard water, 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 most important thing, but also putting intention into it, right? Really having that love and that gratitude. That's important.
Absolutely. Which is easy to do because you always have something to be grateful for. If you wake up in the morning, that's a gratitude right there. That's true. Open your eyes, hey. Especially if you have two eyes.
Yes. Oh my God, right? Another thing.
There you go. So yeah,
perfect.
Thank you, water.
Yeah. So if people want to follow you or learn more or ask questions, where's a good place for them to do that?
We do have Instagram page.
Okay.
Which is Art Somatic Beauty, and we do have Facebook page. I am not as active on my social media as I am in my real life, but I do try to keep off a little bit. So that's probably the easiest way to find me. Or you can just contact Dr. Krista.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure she will direct you somewhere useful.
Yes, that is true. You can always reach out to us at Live Wellness, but otherwise we'll put Elena's Instagram in the show notes as well, so you can reach out there. But I'm hoping that you all take some of Elena's advice today and really work holistically to benefit your skin. And again, it's not just your face, it's your whole body, like she mentioned today. So put these tips and tricks into action. And until we meet again, keep thriving.